welcome to Not Made. My name is Rachel, and today we are going to be doing a what I made this week video, or this hour long video, and also I have a yarn haul that I probably shouldn't have. So we're going to start with that. And yes, I am wearing the same shirt and I have the same messy bun as my last video, if you happen to notice or happen to see that one, because it's the same day. I just was doing a wrap up for my market video, and then I wanted to get into this, and I just cannot wait to open this box of yarn any longer. It arrived yesterday or the day before. I think it was the day before even. So it's been here for more than 24 hours. And I have not yet looked at it because I wanted to look at it together. I mentioned in one video, and I don't remember which, it may have been the 24-hour challenge, that I put in a Premier yarn order, but I had some specific reasons why off the top of my head. I can only remember one of them. Well, no, two, because I needed some skin tone colors possibly, and I wanted a green to start doing Grinch snugglers for Christmas time. I want to make at least 2 of those, and that'll probably be it. But anyway, I didn't have to do this order, but I did it anyway. So I got a couple of the Mama Made minis in here. I know that for a fact. And then I got whatever else I got. I don't even remember. It's been that long since I ordered it. So let's open it together. Let's see if I can get it up here. Okay. This setup is not conducive to doing this. Hang on a second. Okay, I gave myself a little bit of extra space, so we're gonna try to get this open here. Ugh, sorry for the sound. All right. Ooh. Okay. I always forget how how small the skeins are. You know, you're used to dealing with like Bernat blanket yarn. These skeins seem so small. This was the color from the Mama Made minis. It's Zest. Yes. That I thought would be perfect for a little Grinch snuggler. So I got 2 of those. That was my purpose for those. This is Mama Made. These are so soft. Wow. I don't want to get hooked on these because then I've got all this yarn I have to get rid of. This is Nectar. Okay, tell me what you think. Is Nectar a good skin tone? Or is it too orangey? I don't know. That one, I don't know about that. See, I'm conflicted. All right, and then I got the Sunny. So I don't know how it looks more like real over here. This color looks better than the one up close. That's an interesting color. It's a little mustardy looking to me. So, I don't know. All right, let's see what else I got. I got the, I told you I got the bags. Now I wanted to feel these because these were the bag deals where they said there was a problem with it. And the problem that they listed was rough texture, but this just feels like a regular blanket yarn to me. I could see how if I worked with this for too long, it would definitely hurt my hands, but it honestly doesn't feel that much rougher than this one. But this one doesn't feel nearly as soft as the Nectar is super duper soft. Okay, so I got Shell. I do believe I can use this as a skin tone color, so I got the bag deals. That's 3 of those. That should be plenty for skin tones. I got the, whatever this is, Pebble. Oh, this is Mama Made minis also. I don't remember buying 3 of those, but I guess I did. Okay, so I think that that will work for a skin tone also. And then I got steel cut oats. Now, Robin from Knotting Hooks said that she really likes it. So this one, I guess, is, I've never gotten the steel cut oats before, but I take it that there was a dye lot or something that came out to be a different color than the normal. Maybe it's a little darker than the regular steel cut oats, but that would make a good skin tone too. So got that. I got the chocolate. Feel it. Sorry about the bag sound. That is not bad. This one was, okay, this is soft. Okay, this one wasn't one of the ones that said it was rough texture that made it, they put it in the sale. This one is got more of a red tone apparently than the chocolate should have. I like it. I think it looks really pretty. All right, so we got chocolate. I'm running out of space on the desk, and you guys, oh, cedar. This is Mama Made minis too. I didn't realize I bought 3. I thought I only bought 2 of some of these. Anyway, that looks like a really pretty fall color. Well, okay, it looks more accurate back here. The light's too bright up there. It's definitely got kind of that terracotta-y-ish-esque color to it. So I'm wanting to use a lot of these earth tone colors in some of the patterns that I purchased off of Etsy. I don't remember the designer's name. I don't even remember the pattern. It looks like a little baby doll in like feety jammies with like bunny ears or bear ears or something like that. That's what it reminded me of. I'll have to put all of that info in once I've figured out. But anyway, that is the pattern that I'm thinking of for these colors and the skin tones. I need those too. All right, the rest of these are the stash goals, which I got them because they were still a 3 for $15 sale, and that works out to like $2.50 for a ball of 250 grams. That's, you can't find yarn that cheap. So I didn't have this one. I went ahead and got the mauve. It's pretty. And then I got lavender. They don't really have purples. I only think I have, anyway. And then this, I was thinking, again, I'm thinking Grinchies. So you have to tell me, do you think that this is called Sprout and this is Zest? Oh, they look so totally different. Which one would make a better Grinch? I'm a little conflicted now. This almost looks like a mint, but it's not. Not quite. And then I got more of this pink shade, which is called Pale Pink, because I just really like it. I like it a lot. So those are the stash goals, and that was the end of that order. So I want to go back and look at my order and see if I don't remember ordering 3 of any of these, but here they are. So, yay. Yay for new yarn. I think I'm going to, if I have time, because I am kind of giving my hands a bit of a rest with crochet, I may reorganize some of these shelves and put stuff differently. But I may not also. So don't get your hopes up for the next video looking any different. But anyway, that was fun. I'm looking forward to trying these out. The rough texture is real on those, okay? So if you're looking at those bag deals and you see that it says rough texture, it actually is rough. When you touch one of these other ones and then you touch this, it's like, it feels like the old Bernat, which is, I kind of sworn off of using, but I only need little bits of this for, you know, features, face and hands. So I think that I can make it work, and we'll be happy with that. So, all right, well, that is it for the yarn haul. So now let's get into what I made this week. Okay, so I'm back real quick. This is a happy mail for me. If you watch Chris from the Enchanted Skein. You might know that she recently created some products for crocheters, and she had a shop launch and all kinds of fun stuff. Anyway, I hopped on last week and I purchased one of her products, and I just got it. It's probably been here for a little while, but we don't check our post office box that often, so it just got here to my little hands right now. So I'm going to open this with you, because this is just Happy Mail. Do I need another gadget? Do I need another thing? No, I do not. Do I need to treat myself sometimes? Yes, absolutely do. All right, thank you for supporting my small business. So she got one of her fun stickers. Take that out. I just figured we could open it together. I know I can slide it out, but I'm gonna open it. Ooh. I got a thank you note. Got a little. Okay, so the product itself is the hook keeper. I don't know if you've seen this, but it's a wristlet basically with these little rubber pieces that go around the ends of your crochet hook, so that you can hang on to it. It can stay connected to your wrist. Now, I don't necessarily need this thing, but it was just too fun to not have. And I also think for traveling, doing crochet on an airplane in particular, that was kind of what I was thinking. I don't really crochet in the car that much because it makes me queasy, but I do crochet if I fly. So this is fun. Anyway, I didn't need it, but I wanted it, so I got myself a little something. Okay, her little package. Thank you for supporting me in the launch of Hook Keeper. I really hope you love it. This bag can be used to store your hook keeper in when it's not in use. Enclosed, you will find a coordinating switch marker and a sticker as my gift to you. Oh, I don't know what a switch marker is. Is that one of her other? I'm not really sure. I'm going to check and see what this is in here. But yes, this little bag will be very handy because that way I won't lose my hook keeper. All right, and then I got a sticker which will be going right on my water bottle. It says I make magic. So I'll be using that. And then let's see what this is. Oh, okay. There it is. Oh, how fun. Chris, that is so cool. Thank you so much. It's not going to. Is it gonna? It's not. Come on. Focus. It's focusing on the cupcake. It won't focus on the little stitch marker. This is neat. It's got a really large lobster clasp. Is that what it's for? Is this? She called it a switch marker. Is that something different, or is that a oh, duh. Okay, I forgot. Okay, she did this whole info. She did a great video. Go check out her lunch. The little infomercial that she did and was hilarious, and I absolutely loved it. The switch markers. It's still gonna focus on the cupcake. I cannot get it to focus on this. There's a big lobster. Stop it. Oh my goodness. All right, you're done. It keeps wanting to see you, not me. Okay, can we see? Yes. So the larger lobster clasp is for your stitch, and then there's a smaller lobster clasp that you can switch. Now I get it. Okay, I totally missed that. So she has one of her products is switch markers, and it comes with several of these little charm parts, you know, that you can switch out. So, oh, that is so sweet. I love that. Thank you so much to Chris for this beautiful piece. And I was just super happy to be able to be part of her lunch. And I love trying to support other small businesses. People are out there doing super creative things, and she's taken everybody along for the process and kind of just shown her whole entire process from start to finish with her prototypes and her packaging and all of that kind of stuff. And it's just really cool to watch that process unfold as she gets her business off the ground. So I'm super happy that I was able to grab and snag one of these, because I know she did sell out of some, and these are just super cool. I love it. Absolutely. We'll be using that in the future. And so yeah, that was my happy mail. Guess where I am? At the good old Hobby Lobby. It's the closest thing I can get to since Joann closed down here. So I'm just kind of having a moment where I think a little retail therapy is in order. So I'm just going to go in and see what I see. Do I need any of this stuff? No, I don't. Am I still going to go look? Yes, I am. Am I probably going to walk out with something? Most likely. So let's go check it out and see what we can see. So I always forget just how disappointing Hobby Lobby is for yarn. Yeah, this baby bee is super cute, but look how tiny. That's never gonna work. It's never gonna work for what I need. So I've used some of these before, the Adorable. Snugs and Kisses. I don't have a whole lot of colors. Okay. Well, and this is pretty much it. They have an end cap here. They have a couple end caps, but like that's not even yarn. There might be yarn on the next aisle over. Yeah, that's it. So I'll look on that aisle too, see what I see. Fun little free pattern, free inspo. Take that. Whoops. Oh, it's the whole thing. Oh, cute. I don't like using worsted, so we'll see if I can come up with anything. It's huge. I can't even see. I have a hard time reading your labels. I can't see how big it is. It's gigantic though. Okay, so I think that this is the closest thing to what I'm used to working with. The Cozy Occasions. I don't need magenta. I'm still looking for some good skin tones. I think the coffee might be the only one that will work. What's this? Ivory? Nah. And pink just seems too pink for skin, don't you think? What about hummus? Would hummus be a good skin tone? Let's see. Next to my skin. That looks pretty close. I might try that one too. I found the felt eye stickers. Eyelashes. Okay. These are kind of fun. I think I'm gonna grab some. Okay. I'm not the only one, y'all. There was another person in the store. I overheard talking to one of the salespeople, and they were they were talking about a lot of stressful life events. I heard the word bankruptcy. So yeah, that definitely puts my life into perspective. But she wrapped up the whole conversation with, I just came in to de-stress a little bit. So craft stores are serving a purpose, okay? The retail therapy is a joke, mostly, but also there's maybe some truth to it. Anyway, I'm going to share what I got that's craft related. I did find some things on clearance that I got for my up and coming birthday kids, but I'm not going to share those because sometimes they watch YouTube. All right, so I went with this coffee color in the, I gotta get some air going in here. This is Arizona. What is this? Cozy Occasions coffee. I think that I had this color already and I've used a bunch of it, so I only have a small ball left. So I wanted to make sure I had enough of that. And then I did get the hummus color as well. It could be a skin tone, I think. And then I got this one for fun because at my last market, my penny inspired clown sold, and I'm considering making another penny inspired clown, but this just looked like clown clothes to me, so I thought that was really pretty. This one is called something Martella mix, I don't know, you tell me. So I got those. I grabbed some of this embroidery floss or embroidery thread because my girls would maybe like to make some bracelets, so we're gonna see how that goes. And then I got felt eyes. Now this is one of the reasons I wanted to come to Hobby Lobby, because somebody somewhere, and I don't even know whose video it was or what the thing was, had these little felt eyes, and they just look so cool. It's just a different look than your typical eye, and so I got a couple different varieties of the felt eye that I want to try to use on some of the plushies, just for something different. And then I got the E600 to attach them, although I was initially thinking about just using hot glue, because I do have that, but this one said permanent bond, washer dryer safe. Okay, I need an opinion though, because felt eyes are not safety eyes, but would you consider this, because it's just a glued on piece of something, would you consider that to be baby safe? I need y'all to weigh in, because I don't know what I think about that. I kind of feel like the only baby safer option is embroidered eyes, because those can't be pulled off or gnawed off. Because I still feel like these could potentially be a choking hazard even if they're glued on. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that I would use these and consider the object to be baby safe. So I think it's just another option for eyes for me that just gives the plushies a different look. And then the last thing that I got myself were these little scissors. They look like a bird. I've been eyeballing these for a couple of years now, and I never like really felt like I needed them, but the little scissors that are just like nail scissors that I have in my current sorry, I get so flustered when people can potentially see me recording. My current kit, let's just say, they're wearing out. They're not cutting as well, so I just decided to splurge, get myself those little scissors. I had a Hobby Lobby gift card that I spent for all of this, so it is technically free. It was a gift that somebody gave me, and now I have it. And then I spent money on the other stuff, but those are gifts from my kiddos, so it doesn't count. So, all right. Well, I got my retail therapy in, and I'm going to go now and get some actual groceries and do life stuff. So that was fun. I'm glad that I went. I got to see a friend that I haven't seen in a while in the store, and that was nice to catch up a little bit. So yeah, it's been a good time. Okay, we're back in the creative yarn space. Again, I'm checking because I'm seeing glitter, but it's not fuzz. It's just hair tinsel, not like the real kind, like the natural kind of tinsel. Not the ones that you can actually get installed. Okay, so let's talk about finally what I've actually made this week. Every single one of these patterns that I've been working on has been a new to me pattern, and every single one of them is also a free pattern. So it just happened to work out that way. I needed something new to me to make, and I decided just gonna go through some of those patterns I have, you know, saved on Instagram or wherever. I'm gonna adjust this slightly. Okay, so let's talk about the first one. Is this little guy. You may recognize him. He is a character. This pattern is free from Madeline Made Co. I believe she has gone back to her original branding name, and this was a free mod, but it's the entire pattern on her Instagram page, and I think it's so adorable. I want to make another one or two. I want to change up the leaf colors. I don't know much about this character beyond a ride at Disneyland. So I've never watched those movies. I believe it's Guardians, right? Guardians of the Galaxy. So I know who he is, but I don't know anything about him. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to have one with like fall colored leaves on his what is this thing? Vine, I guess. I don't know if that would be true of the character or not, but I really like this guy. I like the way he turned out, and the pattern is not, it's not hard at all. It's pretty simple. And then along those same lines with that kind of a base pattern, I think it's like a little series that she's done. This pattern she also released for free on her Instagram, and I just picked pink because I didn't want to do the whole kitty in white. To me, that just seems to be asking for trouble. So with both of these patterns, you start with the arms because the arms get crocheted in. Let's talk about them. You can see how similar they are, right? If I can hide my face, it can maybe focus. Yes. Body is basically the same. So you start with the arms, and I did a different technique on this guy so that it was flat on the end. I don't know if you can even see that. Can you see the difference? Move my head, focus. So his arm is a little flatter and this one's more rounded. Anyway, start with the arms, you crochet them because they are crocheted in. Then you start one leg, connect it to the other. She has a technique. It's a different type of joining technique with the legs so that there isn't a gap in the in between that you have to go back and sew up. But when I did it, my stitch count was off, so I obviously did it incorrectly. That was the first time I tried it. So on the second one, I didn't try it. I just went back with the tail of the first leg and sewed that that hole closed. So anyway, then you go up the body, and then the head is just continued. And the only other thing is this one, you did have to sew on the ears, but with this one, the little crown on top is crocheted in. So this is no sew, as far as I recall, unless you want to count sewing the little leaves on the vine, which you don't have to sew that, I suppose, but it helps to, you know, keep that tacked down. But with this one, obviously the ears are sewn, you know, embroider the nose and then sew on the little bow. So, yeah, but very low sew for this. And I think it's cute. I think it turned out well. I'm glad I picked pink and not white for that one. So I was looking for some items that I could kind of add to like a $10 price category, because I have quite a few of, well, I've got the Poggy's Place Critterlings, which are very small, and those are my $5 items. And I have quite a few $12 items, and I wanted an in-between. I do have a few things that are 10, but I wanted something else because those things do not seem to be selling very well. Again, the markets are probably not a good indication because they've just been so inconsistent. So I honestly don't know what is a bestseller and what isn't. But I was looking for something smallish but different. And I found this pattern for a chunky chunky, what is that thing called? Axolotl. That's it. And it is I'm just going to put the designer's name under all of these, like I probably have been doing, and you didn't even notice that I hadn't mentioned that I'm going to, because I can't remember what the patterns are called necessarily, and I can't remember all the designers. But this one was one that I found through Pinterest, and it's a blog, not an Instagram post. It's free on a blog. I'm gonna show you the picture that I screenshot of that of the pattern, because this is what I was expecting to end up with. And as I started working on it, I realized that there was something that was different. And what was different was the size yarn, obviously. When I saw the picture, it just looked like a plush yarn. And I don't always read through the materials lists. I'm sorry, I don't always read through the patterns before I begin. It's just a big surprise when I discover things along the way. So the designer made this, and it is a plush yarn that she used, but it's very, very small gauge. So, or weight, I guess it's weight, right? So you saw what I was expecting to make, but this is what I got. Okay, so this one, I just thought it looked so cute. It's different enough than most axolotls, and yes, focus, and it's adorable, but it's gigantic, and it did take quite a while because of the size, and I'm not going to be able to sell this for $10. So I haven't decided if I'm going to make another one. I think it's really cute. I'd like to make one in the typical axolotls pink, because I feel like those are probably the most popular. But it really isn't suiting it's not suiting the purpose that I wanted it to. And I don't want to go find that teeny tiny yarn to make them up with that. That I don't want to do. So, I like him. I think he's kind of cute and quirky looking and fun, but it wasn't what I was expecting to create with that pattern. As far as it goes, I mean, it's obviously basic. You got bobbles for the feet. These are crocheted. I believe the pattern has you crochet these separate and then sew them on. I did not do that. I just surface crocheted the gills. The tail obviously is made completely separate, and you do have to sew that on. So there's a little more work that goes into this than your typical $10 make, but and just the size, they would not be a $10 make. But overall, it's a pretty fun little pattern, and I might make one more just so that there's two of them. And then this was also a free pattern that I found through Pinterest. It was a blog pattern. It's a little chunky dino. Not so sure if I'm crazy about the green combo here, but that's what I had on hand, and so it's what I went with. And it's basically a ball. There's no tail. It's just kind of a ball with a face and some little knobby feet, and then a spiky thing. So I don't know that this would necessarily register as a dino for someone just looking at it, but I do want to make a couple more, because I think these tick that box, the $10 item box, pretty well overall. And again, the pattern says to create this off to crochet it and sew it on, and I'm never going to do that on something like this. If you can see, I mean, you could literally just freehand this. I followed what the pattern said, but rather than going into chains that I created, I just did it on the surface of the actual little critter. So I want to make this in some different colors, and I've got plenty to choose from, so I will definitely be revisiting that pattern. And then another thing that I made is this. You'll have to tell me if you know what this is. I'm not going to tell you what it is unless you mention it in the comments, okay? But if you can figure out what this is, then you get a gold star. This is actually a gift for a friend of mine, and I used the pattern that I'm putting down here, but I changed it, obviously. It's not the same pattern. This was a free pattern off of Instagram. And when I saw that pattern the first time, I was like, I have to use that pattern because I wanted to make this thing for my friend. So, yeah, I changed it up. The whole top half is mostly following the pattern. This pattern, again, it does have you create the bobble feet, and they are bobbles, but it wants you to go back after you finish the head body, and then bobble them in. And I was like, but why? Why can't I bobble them in as I go? So that is what I did. And then obviously this bottom half I just created. I think that the original one stops at 3 legs, and then the tail is not quite as elongated. And honestly, I probably should have made the tail longer for what I want this to represent, but I was kind of done at that point. So, but this will be going in the mail for a birthday very soon. So, wait, what? Why are we having... Guess your mouth is shedding. Okay, and then obviously the mouth gets sewn on, so that's the only sewing in this one if you don't put the bobbles on after the fact. And then the last completed pattern I have to show you was this little goosey. And I don't know if it's completed or not. It needs a bow. But by the time I finished working this up, I was tired of the goose and I didn't want to do any accessories. But actually really like this pattern. This is free. It's by Wonder Crochet. And I can't remember if it's an Instagram pattern. And I'm pretty sure it's on her blog also. Fairly certain, but I could be wrong. But I know that I found the link through her Instagram page. So yeah, check that out if you're interested in this free little goose. And the wings are worked separate and then crocheted in. These are bobbles. This is a complete no-sew pattern. She has the beak is where I changed it. Okay, so she has you do a 6 stitch magic ring, and then another row of 6 stitches to make the little beak, and then the beak is crocheted in. And I don't like working tiny little stitches in things. I just don't like it. If I can avoid it, I will. If it's gonna look like a bobble, why not just use a bobble? And that's my I guess that's my motto or my thought going forward. So I just bobbled the beak in as I went, and by the time you get there, you already have the feet lined up, so you can pretty much just gauge where that's supposed to go in that round and just bobble it in. And as far as bobbles go, I have to brag on some of these free patterns because I'm always learning new techniques. And I believe it was the little baby macaron pattern that I learned the technique for making cleaner bobbles where you don't kind of get that artifact, you know, that place where you see kind of where you joined the bobble. It's very clean. So there's none of that. It's just the bobble. And so that was what taught me how to do that. And I've been using that for bobbles ever since, and it works super, super well. So anyway, I'm just gonna stick with bobbles. Bobbles it is. All right, I have one more pattern to show you, and this one is not done, but it again is also a free pattern on Instagram, and I likely will not make this again because of the legs. This is the Bernat blanket almond yarn that I got from Walmart, but this pattern is the baby mandrake. I've got the head, obviously it's got sewing, and I have not done the leaves yet or the arms. But these legs, okay, the first one I had to just cut off the piece I was working on and throw it away and start over. It's supposed to start with three single crochet in a magic ring, or the second chain. That idea, you're starting with 3 stitches in the round, and I was not about to do that. The very next round you increase to 4, and I was like, I don't need it to be that pointy. I'm starting on 4, and even with that, it was super, super challenging. I did not want to do the second leg, and I don't want to do the arms for the exact same reason. But I don't think the arms start with this quite as small of a stitch. And I get the idea. These are supposed to be roots, right? Going down, and I'm trying to trust the process, but I'm not loving it. so far. We'll see what it looks like all put together, but I had it in my head that I was going to make several of these and have them like in a terracotta pot. I don't see myself doing that now, but I could be wrong. Once I get him all assembled and he's got his little leaves and his arms, maybe he'll win me over. We'll see. But as for right now, that's as far as I got. I thought I could finish it today, but it's too much actual life stuff going on, and so that's not going to happen. So that is all of the things that I made this week, and this was something that my son made and I purchased, and boy, I might tell you something, that boy is charging premium prices for his work. He says it's because it's silk filament, whatever that means. But because I don't have the knowledge to do this, and I have absolutely no clue about this technology and how it works, then I have to pay the prices for that. So anyway, I did sell 2 of these at my last market. He does not have enough of this particular filament to make me a second one, so he's going to make me a glow-in-the-dark one instead, which I also think is kind of cool. So again, this just twists on and off, and I put a little Diddy Dex in here as the dragon baby. So they're just super fun, and I love having a couple of them or more available. So yeah, so that was that. But that is pretty much it. You already saw my haul from Hobby Lobby, and you saw all the rest of the hauls, so I think we're done. But that is what I've gotten accomplished over the last however long it's been since I started this video, and I honestly cannot remember. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, and let me know in the comments some of the questions I asked. If you were paying attention, go ahead and write your answers in there. No, really though, I need some feedback. I need some opinions on some of this stuff. So I'll talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a great week, weekend, whatever it is. Bye.